sunflowerammo.com here, and today's video is going to be on emergency food supplies, and specifically cooking in a thermos. So before we start on cooking in a thermos, I'm going to do a brief little run through on emergency food supplies. You can really split it up into three categories. The first one is freeze-dried or pre-prepared food. You have Mountain House, which is a famous brand of freeze-dried food. Packet here that's made to go camping or to be portable, to put in a bug out bag or something, or keep in your vehicle. And then you have the MREs. The MREs, great product. You can eat it without heating it up, although most higher quality MREs will have a heater, and this one does with each meal that you can heat it up, water activated. But if you don't have water, you can eat the meal as is. The real drawback to these are cost. They're fairly expensive on a per meal basis. You can get the Mountain House freeze-dried food and other brands in larger cans, bulk cans, and that will decrease the cost. But really, these are just meant for short-term use. Second way to do your emergency food supply is canned goods. The canned goods, they usually have a 2-year best by date. These canned goods will be edible past their best by date. They've done studies on canned food 100 years old, and it's still edible. Although as canned food goes past its best by date, it will lose some flavor and it will lose some of the nutritional value. But canned goods are great because you can buy what you use, rotate it through your pantry. It's an easy way to keep a 1, 2, 3 week supply of food in your house at all times. But if you are really worried about extended food supplies being compromised, really the only good way to economically have an emergency food store on hand is with dry goods. Dried beans, rice, wheat, and buy it in bulk. And you can get bulk rice, beans, wheat, sugar, anything at Costco, Sam's, and you put it up in a 5-gallon food grade bucket, preferably with a mylar liner, and throw in some oxygen absorbers, seal it up, and you have beans, rice, wheat that'll store for 10, 20, 30 years, depending on the item. But there you have a long-term food supply that you don't have to worry about. You put it up and it's done. You don't have to rotate through your stocks. You don't have to worry about best by dates or inspection dates on your MREs. You're ready to go with a bulk dried food system. So that's where we get into cooking with a thermos. Because most likely, if you're in a situation to where you're having to get into your dried goods, your dried beans, your dried rice, conditions aren't going to be great. And the one bad thing about rice and beans in particular is that they have a longer cooking time. Rice takes 20 minutes to cook. Beans can take hours to cook. So with the cooking in the thermos method, you can cook these items only using 3 to 5 minutes of your heat source, because all you have to do is boil water. You boil water and you're ready to go. So that's really the key, is minimizing the fuel you have to use to cook your long-term dry goods that you have in storage. So with that, we will talk about a couple of ways to heat your water in an emergency situation, and then we'll actually go through the process to cook in a thermos.